Why do we fall? That's a question we all face at some point in our lives. We fall when we chase a dream and stumble. We fall when life throws obstacles we never saw coming. We fall when we give everything we've got, and it still isn't enough. But here's the truth. Falling isn't the end. It's the beginning. Because falling is how we learn. Every time we hit the ground, we're being taught something. Something about ourselves, about the world, about the path we're on. When we fall, we don't just learn what went wrong, we learn what we're made of. We realize that failure isn't a sign to stop, it's a sign to grow. It's not about staying down, it's about standing back up, dusting ourselves off, and stepping back up. Dusting ourselves off and stepping back up. Dusting ourselves off and stepping forward with more wisdom than before. Every successful person you admire, every dream you've ever chased, all came with moments of failure. The difference? They got back up. End of chapter 43. The truth is, we're not defined by the falls, we're defined by how we rise. Resilience isn't built in comfort, it's built in struggle. It's easy to stay down when life knocks you off your feet, but champions are made in the moments they choose to stand, when everything in them says to stay down. Strength doesn't come from never falling, it comes from refusing to stay down. And the next time you rise, you're not the same person who fell. You're stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. Sometimes, falling is exactly what we need. It shakes us, it forces us to pause, to reflect, to realign. It reminds us why we started in the first place. Maybe we were moving too fast, maybe we were chasing something that wasn't right, or maybe we just needed a reminder of our purpose. Falling strips away the distractions, the noise, and brings us face to face with our true motivation. And that moment, when we decide to get back up, is when we discover who we really are. So, the question isn't why do we fall? The real question is, what will we do when we do? Will we stay down, or will we rise, stronger, hungrier, more determined than ever? The choice is ours, and if we choose to rise, nothing can stop us. Falling is not a loss, it's a lesson wrapped in the disguise of failure. Too often, we see falling as a sign of defeat, a reason to give up, or proof that we're not good enough. But the truth is, every fall carries a lesson that can shape us, mold us, and push us closer to our true potential, if we're willing to embrace it. Think about the first time you tried to ride a bike. You fell, again and again. But each fall taught you something: how to balance, how to adjust, how to trust yourself. And just like that, life works the same way. Falling teaches us what doesn't work so we can find what does. It reveals our weaknesses so we can turn them into strengths. It shows us where we need to grow, what we need to change, and how we can move forward with more wisdom and experience than before. In every setback, there's a seed of growth. When we fall, we have a choice. We can either see it as a failure, or we can see it as an opportunity to learn and come back stronger. Some of the most successful people in history, whether in business, sports, or life, have faced devastating falls. But they didn't let those falls define them. They let them teach them. They took the lessons hidden in their struggles and used them to fuel their next attempt, their next idea, their next breakthrough. Falling teaches us resilience. It teaches us patience. It humbles us and reminds us that growth isn't a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and yes, even falls. But every time we rise after falling, we prove to ourselves that we're stronger than we thought, that we're capable of more than we imagined, and that no fall can stop us unless we let it. So when you fall, don't see it as the end. See it as a beginning, a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to rise with a greater understanding of yourself and your journey. Falling isn't failure, it's just part of the process of becoming who you're meant to be. Resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who stop trying. It's not the setbacks we face that define us, it's how we respond to them. Life will knock us down, sometimes harder than we ever expected. It will test our patience, our strength, and our belief in ourselves. But in those moments, when everything seems to be falling apart, resilience is what keeps us moving forward. 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 We all face struggles, some personal, some professional, and some that shake us to our core. But setbacks are not the end of the road. They are merely challenges placed in our path to see how badly we want what we're working toward. The strongest individuals, the most successful leaders, and the greatest innovators didn't achieve their dreams by avoiding failure. They achieved them by refusing to let failure define their journey. They saw each setback not as a roadblock, but as a stepping stone, pushing them closer to their goals. Resilience is built in the moments when we feel like giving up, but choose to press on instead. It's built in the times when no one believes in us, when the odds are stacked against us, and when we're left standing alone with nothing but our dreams and determination. Resilience is what whispers, "Keep going," when our doubts are screaming at us to stop. The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every mistake, every rejection, and every disappointment teaches us something valuable, something we wouldn't have learned if everything had gone according to plan. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fell. They are the ones who kept rising time and time again. They understood that setbacks are temporary, but quitting lasts forever. We are not defined by the moments we fall short, but by the way we rise above them. Challenges will come, and failures will happen. But resilience is what allows us to turn those moments into fuel. It's what transforms pain into progress, weakness into strength, and doubt into confidence. Number 6. Let's extend positive energy. So when life knocks you down, remember this: you are not your failures, your mistakes, or your disappointments. You are the strength that keeps pushing forward. You are the resilience that refuses to give up. And as long as you keep rising, nothing can hold you back. Falling has a way of stripping away the distractions and forcing us to confront what truly matters. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to lose sight of our purpose, to get caught up in routines, expectations, and the pursuit of things that may not align with who we are meant to be. But when we fall, when we hit rock bottom, or face unexpected setbacks, that's when we are given the opportunity to reflect, reassess, and rediscover our true purpose. Sometimes, falling is the wake-up call we didn't know we needed. It forces us to ask the tough questions. Why am I doing this? Is this really what I want? Am I on the right path? In the moment, the fall may feel like failure, but in reality, it's a redirection. It's life's way of guiding us to something greater, something more aligned with who we are at our core. It's in those moments of doubt and difficulty that we uncover our deepest motivations, our truest desires, and the dreams that refuse to die, no matter how many times we stumble. Then, falling also reveals our strength and resilience in ways success never could. When everything is going right, we rarely question our purpose. We simply keep moving forward. But when we fall, we are forced to dig deep, to find out what truly drives us, and to determine whether our goals are worth fighting for. That struggle, that questioning, is what brings clarity and focus. It's what separates fleeting interests from lifelong passions. Many of the greatest success stories began with a fall. People who thought they had it all figured out suddenly found themselves lost, broken, and uncertain of the future. But instead of giving up, they took the fall as an opportunity to redefine their purpose, to shift their focus, and to pursue something more meaningful. The fall wasn't the end of their journey. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one that aligned more closely with their true calling. Falling humbles us. It reminds us that we don't have all the answers, that we're still learning, and that growth often comes from discomfort. It pushes us to step outside our comfort zones, to try new things, and to embrace the unknown. Purpose isn't always found in success. More often, it's found in the moments when we're forced to start over, when we question everything, and when we realize that our purpose isn't in what we do, but in who we become through the process. So when you fall, don't see it as a failure, see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to reevaluate, to realign, and to pursue your true purpose with greater passion and clarity. The fall isn't there to break you. It's there to rebuild you into the person you were always meant to be. Here's the question: who am I supposed to be now? So, why do we fall? We fall to learn, to grow, and to rise stronger than before. Every stumble, every setback, and every challenge is not meant to defeat us, but to shape us into the person we are destined to become. Falling is not a loss. It's a lesson that equips us with wisdom and resilience. It's not our setbacks that define us, but our ability to rise despite them. And sometimes falling is exactly what we need to uncover our true purpose, to strip away the unnecessary and to realign with what truly matters. The journey to success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to keep moving forward. So the next time you fall, don't dwell on the pain or the disappointment. Instead, see it as proof that you're in the fight, that you're pushing forward, and that you have what it takes to get back up. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you rise, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. Keep going, keep rising, and remember, every fall is just another step toward your greatest comeback. And then we see them leaving the field and making their way down the driveway toward the house.